Hello, friends. Welcome back to Heartscapes. My name is Michaela. Today, we are in the midst of a shared journey 21 days of practice with Reiki and with poetry. This is part of our ongoing seasonal 21-day practice journeys where we explore an element of the system of Reiki from the perspective of its Japanese origins and lay that alongside something that feels alive and important to us today in these times. And as we head into spring of 2022, it felt really important to get creative, to explore the intersections between Reiki and art, creative practice through the lens of poetry. This journey, this practice will be enriched by your participation. So we're inviting folks to contribute poems, to share a favorite poem or perhaps one you've written, either by just sending that to us in the comments or via email, or if you're feeling brave, by joining me in one of these videos where we can practice and share this poem that you have brought together. On Saturday, we will be having a guest who will be sharing a poem of his own, and so I invite you to stay tuned for that. But today we're going to be working with a poem that one of you suggested and shared as one that would be valuable for us to explore and practice. This is a short piece by Rumi, the mystic poet, who is one that I often quote inside of classes and circles, and so I'm really excited to get to work with his poem today. So if you'd like to know a little bit more about how this practice is structured, I invite you to go back to the beginning of this playlist to our first day where I talk a little bit more about it and do a more in-depth walkthrough of the meditation practice that we will be using as we go along. But for today, let's just go ahead and get started. So this is an interactive invitation. So I am going to invite you to come into practice with me. I'm going to guide us into this meditation, and then I'm going to share the poem with you inside of that reflective, meditative space. The practice that we're using is one that comes from the origins of Reiki. It is the foundational practice on which the rest of the system is built. It's one that brings us inside of ourselves. It grounds us, it connects us with the web of life and the resources of that web. And it helps us to broaden our awareness of what has meaning for us in a given moment. And so it's really an ideal space to work with some imagery, with some poetry. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to invite you to settle your body for practice, allowing the support that you're sitting or standing upon to firmly hold you, to allow you to feel held and supported. And from the stability of that holding, to allow the structure of your body to hold you upright in an easeful way, not efforting to hold yourself upright, and not allowing yourself to contract and slump forward as we sometimes do, but to allow yourself to feel upright and easeful. Feeling the firmness of your feet on the ground, or the parts of your body that are held by your support. Just notice if there's any small adjustments your body needs to help you feel settled, any twists or stretches, small adjustments that would help you to feel that you're settled into this posture of upright easefulness. And from here, I invite you to bring your breath into a posture for practice. This involves allowing the muscles of your belly to be soft, to be expansive, allowing that structure of your body to invite softness in the muscles. And taking a couple of breaths to invite relaxation in the muscles of the belly, which we so often hold tight and firm. And as you do, notice that this invites the breath further down into the body. And we're going to continue to invite the breath in, so that on the inhale, our breath reaches in and down and all the way to the low belly. Gently expanding the belly as you breathe and contracting as you exhale. And as you continue to breathe gently in and down, feeling the expansion of your belly, allowing yourself to take up more space as you breathe. I invite you to bring your mind into alignment with your practice, aligning our body, our breath, and our mind. And the posture of the mind is that of focus, focusing your attention on the breath, following the inhale in and down, and resting your attention in your low belly. Allowing the expansion of your body and the sensation of the breath to draw your attention from all of the distractions of the day into focus, in and down, resting at the point just below the belly button and deep into the center of your body. The energy center known as the hara in Japanese. Our center, our grounded, rooted place, the home of our true self. So let's take a few breaths together, practicing resting our attention here in this place. Really focusing your mind, focusing your attention in the low belly. And notice the sensations that come from this. Feeling yourself connect with this center part of you. And as you do, I invite you to sense or imagine that here at your center, at this point in your low belly, you find a spark of light. From the Japanese origins of Reiki, this pinprick of light is said to be your spark of life, your true self, the spark of the universe that exists in you, the universe living itself as you, and you as the universe. And so as you breathe in and follow the breath with your attention in and down, resting in your low belly, sense or imagine this spark of light, always present from the moment of your birth. And as you bring this spark into focus, begin to sense or imagine that as you inhale, the spark grows brighter. It begins to expand in all directions. No longer a pinprick, this light now begins to fill your whole body and continues to expand in all directions to fill you and surround you. With each inhale, drawing your attention to your center, envisioning this spark, sensing it grow brighter, expanding in all directions, filling you, surrounding you with your own spark of life. And we'll continue breathing with this visualization for a few rounds of breath. Allowing yourself to be filled and nourished with this light from your center, allowing it to expand outward, bringing your attention to your connection to life all around you as your light expands in all directions, gently touching the life within you and around you. And as you continue to breathe in this way, connect with your light, connect with life around you. I invite you to receive these words. Don't go back to sleep, by Rumi. The breeze at dawn has secrets to tell you. Don't go back to sleep. You must ask for what you really want. Don't go back to sleep. People are going back and forth across the door sill where the two worlds touch. The door is round and open. Don't go back to sleep. And taking in these words as you sit with your breath, continuing to follow the breath in and down, continuing to connect with your spark of light. And sit in practice for a few moments. Continuing to follow the breath in and down, resting in your low belly, envisioning a spark of light growing brighter and expanding to fill you and surround you. And as you continue to breathe, I invite you to take in this poem one more time. And this time, noticing which words or phrases or images stand out to you, grab your attention. The breeze at dawn has secrets to tell you. Don't go back to sleep. You must ask for what you really want. Don't go back to sleep. People are going back and forth across the door sill where the two worlds touch. The door is round and open. Don't go back to sleep. So breathing in what of that is for you today. And let's take 5 more breaths together in this way. Drawing in what you've received, resting your attention in your belly, and then expanding your attention in all directions, filling you and surrounding you with the energy of this poem and the message that it has for you. You're welcome to stay in this practice as long as you like. Pausing the video if you'd like to stay here a while longer. Now, when you feel ready, giving yourself a gesture of completion and coming back into this virtual circle together. Welcome back. I'm curious what came up for you in that practice, what stood out to you from this poem from Rumi. I invite you to share that in the comments below. As folks share these words or these pieces that stand out to you, if we get enough, I'm going to collect them together into a found poem at the end of our practice. So I really invite you to contribute. If you'd like to join me for one of these sessions, share a poem that is important to you or perhaps one you've written, I invite you to do so. In tomorrow's session, I'm going to talk a little bit more about this meditation practice that we are using for this time together, Joshin Kokyoho, again, coming from the foundations of the system of Reiki as it was practiced in its origins in Japan. And then we'll also be working with a poem from Amanda Gorman, the inaugural poet, who is also a new best-selling author, and who read her poem at the most recent presidential inauguration. So I look forward to sharing that with you. I look forward to hearing your reflections And in the meantime, as you go throughout your day, wherever your journey takes you, may you be deeply provisioned for it. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you'll stick around for the rest of this series, engage with it as you feel called. And in the meantime, have a great day. I love you. Bye-bye.